faith, belief in action. Wish TV is sharing the stories of people who are guided by their faith from all religions, denominations, and walks of life, and in all the ways faith manifests itself. From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is Finding Faith.
Impact City FC is a mission-driven youth soccer club that develops leaders who serve not only their city, but also help change the world. It's the power sports can have, and with us today is Nikita Kotlov, Director of Coaching in Indianapolis, and Aaron DeLoach is the President and CEO of Impact City FC. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is an amazing story. Let's start with you, Aaron, how this whole thing got started.
Thanks for having us. You know, five years ago, we had a big dream to make a difference in the world. And we found out that 40% of the world participates in soccer. And my background was as a professional soccer player and a college coach and as a pastor. And so we were like, man, let's start a faith-based nonprofit to change the world. Let's do it and invest in the next generation and provide some outreach opportunities. So it's been a fun journey, and recently to Indianapolis. So
not only did you play professionally, but you also played professionally, deciding to come back and be a part of this here in Indianapolis. Why did you do that? Because you could have done anything with your life, but you decided to come back home and be an impact in this.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's all about giving back. And lots of times we share our successes, but lots of times we share our mistakes. So I don't want the players that I'm dealing with going through the same things that I had to deal with.
Yeah. It's amazing, too, because you guys starting this at a young age, which I think is hugely important because you help to build some of those lessons early and help kids find and figure out how to deal with that adversity early. What have you seen in just the short time of doing this in the way that's impacted those kids?
Yeah, I think we start at early age of 4.
Yeah, that is really early.
We've got our juniors program for 4 to 7-year-olds.
That's like herding cats who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, and then all the way up through 18 is the intention and kind of growing here. But some of the things that you start to see is, man, we share God's word at every training session that our kids show up, and God's word doesn't return void. It doesn't come back empty. And so we start to see players become leaders in that team environment, right? You start to see the leaders raise up, and then you start to see them go, hey, well, how do we help our city? What can we do? How can we volunteer? Started to send some players on mission trips, and I know you've seen some transformation in the lives of one of the players you're coaching recently.
Yeah, definitely. Each age is different.
Yeah.
You know, at 6 years old, you're coming from a season or a few years where everything was about you, and now you're part of a team, and now you're here to serve your team, because we believe everyone's made in God's image with a purpose to serve.
Yeah.
And we recently had a player who's just really stepped it up. His name is Nathan. He loves to talk, and he uses that. And when he's in the game and talking and communicating, we're just at a completely different level. And
that's amazing. I know you guys see it from obviously the player standpoint, but as a father, I'm looking at it from a parental standpoint because my kids play rec sports, and sometimes the parents are the worst part of what's going on in rec sports. But I would see this maybe bleeding over a little bit, right? Like if I'm looking out and my children are being good stewards, that allows me to then also go, maybe I should chill out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of guys who have played professionally or going, we'll never touch the youth game. You know what I mean? Right, we are out because there's a toxic kind of culture that comes alongside with youth sports so often.
Yeah.
And we believe that we can rewrite that. You know, it's like, can we do this in a different way? And we're starting to see that.
It's amazing, too, because this isn't only in Indianapolis. You guys are doing this in 6 different places, including Indianapolis, Dallas, St. Louis, Charleston, South Carolina,
Salt Lake City, and West Palm Beach, Florida.
And one in Haiti, right?
Yeah, Cap-Haïtien, Haiti.
That's amazing.
That's been an incredible journey and an outpouring of the missional side of who we are, right?
I'm so honestly disappointed because we have to end this segment. I would love to just chat more about this. This is an amazing thing you guys are doing, and I love using sports to help kids develop some of those lessons and us adults learn some of those lessons as well. Thank you for the work you're doing, and come back anytime to share more, please.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Great job. Thank you so much. Check it out. We'll have all the information so you can get your kids signed up as well over on our website. I encourage you to do so.
From Wish TV, this is Finding Faith. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast, and be sure to check out other great podcasts on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Online now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.